Notre Dame, Navy,
Mm.
undefeated Navy in MetLife Stadium, taking on Notre Dame. This game's extremely difficult for me to handicap because, again, Navy has been a machine against the spread. They've also been an over machine. They really haven't played anyone outside of Memphis. They won that game 56-44. They gave up close to 700 yards. When you adjust for opponent, their defense has not been good. And this is by far the best defense they will face. And
Mhm.
Notre Dame has proven it against a good schedule. So normally I'd be running to the window to bet Navy in this spot. Their offense has been good. The new modified wing T spread option, triple option, hybrid under new offense coordinator Drew Cronick has been great. I, I just I have a weird feeling about this game that Notre Dame's just going to blow them out. Notre Dame
Yep.
loses games like this when they're, it's like sleepy spot, but Navy is ranked. Notre Dame knows it needs to win out to get to the college football playoff. Also, Notre Dame's offense playing better of late. Riley Leonard getting used to that system. They should be able to run the ball here. Can Navy surprise them earlier, play keep away enough? Uh, Here's the thing. I mean, this line was like 11, 12. I think it's going to go up. I think Notre Dame's going to get sharp money. So I'll consider Navy, 14 or above. That's usually a key number with these service academies when they're catching double digits. But it's just hard for me to gauge how good this Navy team really is due to the quality of competition that they've played. And this Notre Dame defense is just on a different level than what they've played. Remember last year, I mean, again, wasn't the same offense, but Notre Dame beat them, what, 42-3 over in Ireland.
Right.
So if I had to take it, if I had to take it right now, there's just a lot of uncertainty. I would probably just throw a little couch change on Navy money line due to the uncertainty, but I have a feeling this could be a long day for Navy. But I might get there if this gets above 2 touchdowns. I'm waiting. I think there's going to be more Notre Dame money that comes in. What do you see here?
A lot of words coming on Action Network for me about this game because I really want to digest what Navy's been doing on offense and if Notre Dame is going to be able to stop it. So let's talk about the other side of the ball really quick because it's a real quick handicap. Notre Dame is going to manhandle this Navy defensive front. Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price, 4.2 and 5.2 yards after first contact using inside zone read concepts that Navy absolutely cannot defend. Navy's 132nd in strength of schedule. They have a 38% success rate against inside zone, bottom 20D in stuff rate. Just take my word for it. Notre Dame is going to run wild on this Navy defense. But the question is the other side of the ball. That is definitely the most interesting part of the game. And keep in mind, as I tell, all these things about what Notre Dame can do, Marcus Freeman got into his presser on Monday and spoke specifically like, what is the prep against an offense like this? Well, we prepared a lot in the summer, but oh, whoops, Drew Cronick comes in from Mercer and we see Navy on film and it's way more than the triple option, right? Because generally, these teams have triple options on their schedules are practicing it in the summer. Well, that's what Marcus Freeman did. But then all of a sudden, he's got the Delaware wing T. He's got the spread option. He's got fullback power. He's got the triple. He's got everything going on. So Freeman
Lots
spoke
of misdirection and play action, and
lots. And so you get the head coach speak of it only matters how disciplined we are. I think the one thing
high
that
discipline. That's all it comes down to.
and I think the one thing that he said that really kind of triggered my thinking about the way this game is going to go. He said, you cannot simulate the speed in which Navy runs this offense. We have to stay disciplined. What that means to me is that no matter who the scout team is for Notre Dame, they are not going to be able to replicate what this Navy team does. They're not going to be able to replicate Blake Horvath. They're not going to be able to replicate anything, especially at the speed. So let's go talk just real quickly here, right? Can Notre Dame stop fullback dive? I'm going to say no. Defensive interior Howard Cross and Riley Mills are outside the top 140 of PFF grading of all defensive interiors against rush grading. Can Notre Dame contain the edge when Blake Horvath decides that he wants to play keeper? I'm going to say no again. There are 4 different edge players that are rotating in on known rushing attempts and opponents. Only Joshua Burnham is the only one that's in the top 200 of PFF's grading of edges, and he's got a lot of missed tackles. That's not disciplined. Navy's first few series, by the way, I agree with you, Stuck. I think Notre Dame's going to blow them out. But Navy's first few series, I think, should absolutely catch Notre Dame off guard. Navy is the second highest scoring team in the nation in the second quarter. Those points completely fall off in the second half. Why? Because defenses have seen the speed, they've learned their discipline, and they stick to it and they make better tackles and they slow the Navy offense down in the second half. So for
Notre Dame
me,
has been good at adjusting too under Golden.
completely. So for me, what I see is Navy is going to get their points in the first half. I think the first 3 or 4 series, Notre Dame's just going to, their head's going to be spinning. I think Edge is going to miss tackles. I think fullback dive is going to work, and Blake Horvath's going to get a couple play action passes
And that's
down
where
the
you're going to see
field.
some, like, you probably could see some wrinkles, some trick plays that could catch Notre Dame off guard.
So what I think the script for me is personally, I've already put in a bet on a first half over. I think Navy's just going to like they're going to come over. Notre Dame's going to be like, what do we have to do to stop this? At some point, they're going to figure it out. And when they figure it out, that Notre Dame offense is still going to rush wild. I like the first half over in this game. And somewhere around the second quarter, Marcus Freeman's going to figure it out. And if he doesn't, he's going to figure it out in the locker room. And then I think Notre Dame second half bet or a Notre Dame live bet, depending on the middle eight here. Navy is 112th in the middle eight. You can say whatever you want about Brian Newberry and bringing Drew Connick in at offensive coordinator. They have not managed to clock the 4 minutes before the half or the 4 minutes after the half. So for me personally, I think Stuck, I am going to go grab one of these 13 and a halves, but I really want to live bet when Navy runs out of steam with this speed that Marcus Freeman can't show in practice. Well, after 3 series, they're going to know what it is. And then I think Notre Dame takes the game over.
Yeah, I would wait though. You might as well wait to see the 14 pops. I think you might see one.
No, for Notre Dame, I'm going to get a Notre
Oh,
Dame
for
bet.
Notre Dame. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'm
I
going
would
to
do
get a
that because
13.
I think that a 14 might eventually pop.